Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our evening ceremony. We'll be reciting in English. I believe today is the today is the
Amitabha.
Amitabha Sutra. Amitabha Sutra in English.
Freezing to death, we did not scheme. Starving to death, we did not beg. Dying of poverty, we asked for nothing. We accord with conditions, we do not change. We do not change or accord with conditions. We adhere firmly to our three great principles.
We renounce our lives to do the Buddha's work.
We mold our destinies as our basic duty.
We rectify our lives with the Sangha's role. In current specific matters, we understand the principles. Understand the principles, we apply in specific matters. We carry on the single pulse of the Patriarch's mind transmission. Ask myself, do I fight? Ask myself, am I greedy? Ask myself, do I seek? Ask myself, am I selfish?
Ask myself to pursue personal advantage. Ask myself, do I lie? Ask myself, do only one meal a day? Ask myself to always wear my precept sash. These from traditions of the sage city of 10,000 Buddhas, and no one can change them. How is burning Iola Dharma Remri see the fragrance from afar Siva Hola Buddhas all in his witness. Rebless those vision clouds of are sincere intention does fulfilling as all Buddhas and now show their body. I namo inside glagino opiaibo Bodhisattva I'm a Sattva I namo inside glagino opiaibo Bodhisattva I'm a Sattva I namo inside glagino opiaibo Bodhisattva I'm a
Sivas Lotus Pool Assembly of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. Namo Sivas Lotus Pool Assembly of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. Namo Sivas Lotus Pool Assembly of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. The Sutra of Buddha's teaching on Amitabha. Thus I've heard, once the Buddha Shakyamuni was staying at the Jeta Grove in Antapantika's park at Shravasti. 1,250 members of the Bhikshu Sangha had gathered there with him, all of them eminent arhats known for their higher knowledge. Elder Shariputra was there with other great disciples, such as Mahamadhyana, Mahakashyapa, Mahakatayana, Mahakashtila, Revata Shuddhipantaka, Nanda, Rahula Gavampati, Pingala Bhagavaja, Kaladeyan Mahakapina, Vakula and Aniruddha. The Bodhisattva Mahasattvas were also there. Dharma Prince Manjushri, Bodhisattva Ajita, Bodhisattva Gandhahastin, Bodhisattva Nidukta, and so forth, together with Shakrajiv among Devas, as well as multitudes from the heavens. Just then the Buddha spoke to Elder Shariputra, saying, west of here, beyond trillions of Buddha lands, there is a land called utmost happiness. In that land at this very moment, a Buddha named Amitabha is teaching the Dharma. Shariputra, why is this land called utmost happiness? The beings of this land never suffer. They're always happy. And so this land is called utmost happiness. Moreover, Shariputra, this land of utmost happiness is surrounded by 7 tiers of railings, 7 layers of netting, and 7 rows of trees. All of them formed from 4 kinds of treasures. For that reason too this land is called utmost happiness. Moreover, Shariputra, the pools in this land are made of the 7 treasures, and filled with water endowed with 8 fine qualities. Golden sand lines the bottom of every pool, and each is surrounded by stairways made of gold, silver, viter, and crystal. Their pavilions adorned with gold, silver, viter, crystal, grand clamshells, rubies, and carnelian. Lotus flowers as large as carriage wheels fill these pools. The blue flowers shine with blue light. The yellow flowers shine with yellow light. The red flowers shine with red light. And the white flowers shine with white light. They're all wondrous, fragrant, and pure. Shariputra, the land of utmost happiness adorned with these fine qualities. Shariputra, in that Buddha land there's always celestial music playing, and the ground is paved with gold. 6 times a day, a rain of celestial mandrava flowers falls. Early in the morning, beings in this land gather the wondrous flowers in the folds of their robes, and make offerings to trillions of Buddhas in other lands. At mealtime, they return, eat their meal, and walk in meditation. Shariputra, the land of utmost happiness adorned with these fine qualities. Shariputra, there are also many colorful and wondrous birds in that land. White cranes, peacocks, parrots, egrets, kalavikas, and birds with 2 heads. 6 times a day, these birds sing in elegant harmony. They proclaim the teachings, such as the 5 spiritual faculties, the 5 strengths, the 7 factors of awakening, and the Noble Eightfold Path. When the beings of this land hear these birds sing, they grow mindful of the Buddha, mindful of the Dharma, and mindful of the Sangha. Shariputra, do not say these birds have been born due to their misdeeds, and why in the land the 3 paths of misery do not exist. Even the names of these paths are unknown there. Rather, Buddha Amitabha raised these birds by transformation, so Dharma can be widely heard. Shariputra, in that Buddha land a gentle breeze blows and rows of jewel trees and jewel nets, making wondrous sounds, as if hundreds of thousands of musical instruments were played in harmony. All those who hear these sounds naturally grow mindful of the Buddha, mindful of the Dharma, and mindful of the Sangha. Shariputra, this Buddha land is adorned with these fine qualities. Shariputra, why is the Buddha named Amitabha? The Buddha's boundless light shines on all lands throughout the 10 directions. Nothing can obstruct it. That is why he is called Amitabha. Shariputra, the Buddha's light from the lives of the beings in his land lasts through infinitely many asamkhya kalpas. That is why this Buddha is also called Amitayas. 10 great kalpas have already gone by since he became a Buddha. Shariputra, among the disciples of this Buddha, there are infinitely many hearers of the teaching. All of them are arhats. Their numbers are beyond counting. The Bodhisattvas assembly are also uncountable. Shariputra, the Buddha is adorned with these fine qualities. Shariputra, beings who are born in the land of utmost happiness, will never retreat on the path of awakening. Many will become Buddhas in their next life. Their numbers are beyond counting. One can only speak of them as limitless, boundless, and incalculable. Shariputra, beings who hear this should vow to be born there, and join with these good people. Shariputra, beings with few blessings, virtues, and roots of goodness, cannot be born there. Therefore, Shariputra, good men and women who hear about Buddha Amitabha should always hold his name with no other thoughts. By doing this for 1 day, 2 days, 3 or 4 days, 5 days, 6 days, or as long as 7 days, when they approach the end of their lives, Buddha Amitabha will appear in front of them, together with his gathering of sages. When their lives come to an end, these people's minds will be clear, and they'll be born in Buddha Amitabha's land of utmost happiness. Shariputra, because I have seen these good results, I want you to know about them. Oh, hear what I said should make a vow to be born in that land. Shariputra, just now praising conceal merit and virtue of Buddha Amitabha. In the worlds to the east there are Buddha Akshobhya, Buddha Sumeru banner, Buddha great Sumeru, Buddha Sumeru's light, Buddha wondrous voice, and others such as these, as many as the grains ascend in the Ganges, each of them in his own land, shows the hallmark of a wide and long tongue, that covers a large billion world system, as he speaks these truthful words. All living beings should believe in this sutra, call praise the inconceivable qualities of this Buddha land, the protection and care of all Buddhas. Shariputra, in the worlds to the south, there are Buddha light of the sun and moon, Buddha light of renown, Buddha great blazing shoulders, Buddha lamp of Sumeru, Buddha limitless vigor, and others such as these, as many as the grains ascend in the Ganges, each of them in his own land, shows the hallmark of a wide and long tongue, that covers a large billion world system, as he speaks these truthful words. All living beings should believe in this sutra, call praise the inconceivable qualities of this Buddha land, the protection and care of all Buddhas. Shariputra, in the worlds to the west, there are Buddha limitless lifespan, Buddha limitless hallmarks, Buddha infinite banner, Buddha great light, Buddha great brilliance, Buddha treasure hallmarks, Buddha light of purity, and others such as these, as many as the grains ascend in the Ganges, each of them in his own land, shows the hallmark of a wide and long tongue, that covers a large billion world system, as he speaks these truthful words. All living beings should believe in this sutra, call praise the inconceivable qualities of this Buddha land, protection and care of all Buddhas. Shariputra, in the worlds to the north, there are Buddha blazing shoulders, Buddha excellent voice, Buddha invulnerable, Buddha born of the sun, Buddha myths of light, and others such as these, as many as the grains of sand in the Ganges, each of them in his own land, shows the hallmark of a wide and long tongue that covers a large billion world system. As he speaks these truthful words, all living beings should believe in this sutra, call praise the inconceivable qualities of this Buddha land, and protection and care of all Buddhas. Shariputra, in the worlds below, there Buddha lion, Buddha renowned, Buddha light of renown, Buddha Dharma banner, Buddha Dharma practice, and others such as these, as many as the grains of sand in the Ganges, each of them in his own land, shows the hallmark of a wide and long tongue that covers a large billion world system. He speaks these truthful words, all living beings should believe in this sutra, call praise the inconceivable qualities of this Buddha land, and protection and care of all Buddhas. Shariputra, in the worlds above, there Buddha Brahma voice, Buddha king of constellations, Buddha superior fragrance, Buddha light and fragrance, Buddha great blazing shoulders, Buddha body adorned with colorful jewel flowers, Buddha king of sala trees, Buddha jewel flower of virtue, Buddha revealing all meanings, and Buddha like Mount Sumeru, and others such as these, as many as the grains of sand in the Ganges, each of them in his own land, shows the hallmark of a wide and long tongue that covers a large billion world system. As he speaks these truthful words, all living beings should believe in this sutra, call praise the inconceivable qualities of this Buddha land, and protection and care of all Buddhas. Shariputra, what do you think? Why is this sutra called the protection and care of all Buddhas? Shariputra, the Buddhas will protect and keep in mind any mineral who hears this sutra, accepts it and upholds it, who hears the names of all these Buddhas. They'll never retreat on the path to unsurpassed perfect awakening. Therefore, Shariputra, all of you should believe and accept my words, what all other Buddhas teach. Shariputra, people already made a vow to be born in Buddha Amitabha's land. Who are now making that vow? Who will make that vow? All are certain to never retreat on the path to unsurpassed perfect awakening, and will be born, are now being born, already been born in that land. Therefore, Shariputra, good men and good women who have faith, should make the vow, I'll be born in that land. Shariputra, just as now praise the inconceivable merit and virtue of all these Buddhas, they also praise my inconceivable merit and virtue, saying Buddha Shakyamuni does what is difficult to do, especially in the Saha world in the evil time of the five turbidities, turbidity of the Kalpa, turbidity of wrong views, turbidity of afflictions, turbidity of living beings, turbidity of lifespans. Amid all these, Buddha Shakyamuni has realized unsurpassed perfect awakening, and for the sake of living beings, he explains this teaching, which beings in the world find hard to believe. Shariputra, you should know that during the evil time of the five turbidities, I have done what is hard to do. I have realized unsurpassed perfect awakening.
And for all the beings have explained this teaching,
which is difficult to believe. This is truly difficult. When the Buddha finished teaching this sutra, Shariputra and the bhikshus, who all the devas, humans, asuras, and others, rejoiced, believed, and accepted what they had heard. They bowed in reverence and departed. And of the sutra of the Buddha's teaching on Amitabha. Namo Amitabha Yendo no Jendo Yendo Ni Yendo Amili do Bobi Amili do Jidam Bobi Amili do Bijalan Amilin do Bijalan do Jemili Jijendo no do jani za bu na mu ami dum bo ye do je do di yan do ami li do bo bi ami li do ji da bo bi ami li do bi ja lan di ami li do bi ja lan do yen mi li je jen zi do jani za bu na mu ami dum bo ye do jen do ye do di yan do ami li do bo ami li do ji da bo bi ami li do bi ja lan di ami li do bi ja lan do yen mi li je jen na zi do jani za Mongshan offering. Wishing now to understand all the Buddhas of the three times, contemplate the Dharma realm, all things are created from mind. Wishing now to understand all the Buddhas of the three times, contemplate the Dharma realm, all things are created from mind. Wishing now to understand all the Buddhas of the three times, contemplate the Dharma realm, all things are created from mind. Angela dies abo, Angela dies abo, Angela dies abo, Namam bumbo di jeli doli nando ye do ye, Namam bumbo di jeli doli nando ye do ye, Namam bumbo di jeli doli nando ye do ye, Anzandola jedo zabo, Anzandola jedo zabo, Anzandola jedo zabo. Namma Buddha Flower Garland Sutra, the great expanded teachings. Namma Buddha Flower Garland Sutra, the great expanded teachings. Namma Buddha Flower Garland Sutra, the great expanded teachings. Namma Buddhas of the ten direction dwelling for all time. Namo Dharma the ten direction dwelling for all time. Namo Sangha the ten direction dwelling for all time. Namo Jakyamunim Buddha founding teacher of us all. Namo Bodhisattva compassion quenching. Namo Earthstorm Bodhisattva who rescued those alive and dead. Namo Honor Vandananda who stated all the teachings. Namo Buddhas of the ten direction dwelling for all time. Namo Dharma the ten direction dwelling for all time. Namo Sangha the ten direction dwelling for all time. Namo Jakyamunim Buddha founding teacher of us all. Namo Bodhisattva compassion quenching. Namo Earthstorm Bodhisattva who rescued those alive and dead. Namo Honor Vandananda who stated all the teachings. Namo Buddhas of the ten direction dwelling for all time. Namo Dharma the ten direction dwelling for all time. Namo Sangha the ten direction dwelling for all time. Namo Jakyamunim Buddha founding teacher of us all. Namo Bodhisattva compassion quenching. Namo Earthstorm Bodhisattva who rescued those alive and dead. Namo Honor Vandananda who stated all the teachings. We take refuge with the Buddha, we take refuge with the Dharma, we take refuge with the Sangha. When the Buddha honored as the doubly perfect one, we take refuge with the Dharma honored, teaching us to end desire. We take refuge with the Sangha honored among all the multitudes. Now we take refuge with the Buddha and Dharma and the Sangha. We take refuge with the Buddha, we refuge with the Dharma, we take refuge with the Sangha, we take refuge with the Buddha honored as the doubly perfect one. We take refuge with the Dharma honored, teaching us to end desire. We take refuge with the Sangha honored among all the multitudes. Now we take refuge with the Buddha and Dharma and the Sangha. We take refuge with the Buddha, we refuge with the Dharma, we take refuge with the Sangha, we take refuge with the Buddha, honored and the doubly perfect one. We take refuge with the Dharma, honored, teaching us to end desire. We take refuge with the Sangha, honored among all the multitudes. Now we take refuge with the Buddha and Dharma and the Sangha. Buddha's karma, Dhamma, body, speech, and mind. Through their craving, anger, and delusion, from beginning this time, Buddha now repent of all of this. Sentient beings, karma, Dhamma, body, speech, and mind. Through their craving, anger, and delusion, from beginning this time, sentient beings now repent of all of this. Lonely spirits, karma, Dhamma, body, speech, and mind. Through their craving, anger, and delusion, from beginning this time, lonely spirits now repent of all of this. Countless beings I now vow to say, limitless afflictions I now vow to end, boundless dharmas I now vow to learn, peerless Buddhahood I vow to realize. Countless beings I now vow to say, limitless afflictions I now vow to end, boundless dharmas I now vow to learn, peerless Buddhahood I vow to realize. Countless beings I now vow to save, limitless afflictions I now vow to end, boundless dharmas I now vow to learn, peerless Buddhahood I vow to realize. Beings of my nature I now vow to save, all afflictions of my nature I now vow to end, dharmas of my nature I now vow to learn, Buddha of my nature I now vow to realize. Beings of my nature I now vow to save, all afflictions of my nature I now vow to end, dharmas of my nature I now vow to learn, Buddha of my nature I now vow to realize. Beings of my nature I now vow to save, all afflictions of my nature I now vow to end, dharmas of my nature I now vow to learn, Buddha of my nature I now vow to realize. Beings of my nature I now vow to save, all afflictions of my nature I now vow to end, dharmas of my nature I now vow to learn, Buddha of my nature I now vow to realize. I'm Balai Moling Doling Zabo, I'm Balai Moling Doling Zabo, I'm Balai Moling Doling Zabo, Anna Ni Zabo, Anna Ni Zabo, Anna Ni Zabo, I'm Bambudi Jedoli, Nando Yedoye, I'm Bambudi Jedoli, Nando Yedoye, I'm Bambudi Jedoli, Nando Yedoye, I'm Meye Zadowan, I'm Meye Zadowan, I'm Meye Zadowan, Namuzo, Nando Yedo, Alujudi, and Zambalai, Zambalai, Namuzo, Nando Yedo, Alujudi, and Zambalai, Zambalai, Namuzo, Nando Yedo, Alujudi, and Zambalai, Zambalai, Namuzo, Moye, Nando Yedo, Yeda, Nando, and Zolo, Bolai, Zolum, Bolai, Zolum, Zambo, Namuzo, Moye, Nando Yedo, Yeda, Nando, and Zolo, Bolai, Zolum, Bolai, Zolum, Zambo, Namuzo, Moye, Nando Yedo, Yeda, Nando, and Zolo, Bolai, Zolum, Bolai, Zolum, Zambo, ow, wow, 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 ow, wow, 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 ow, wow, 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 namo dhammando modonan, ow, wow, namo dhammando modonan, anu, wan, namo dhammando modonan, anu, wan, namo many jodan daganda, namo merely jodan dagada, namo wonders from Nandaganda, namo vast expansive from Nandaganda, namo far from here Nandagada. Dangada, namo lamitan danganda, namo many jodan danganda, namo merely jodan daganda, namo wonders from Nandagada, namo vast expansive from Nandagada, namo far from here Nandagada, namo sweet you can Nandagada, namo lamin danganda, namo many jodan dagada, namo merely jodan dagada, namo wonders from Nandagada, namo vast expansive from Nandagada, namo far from here Nandagada, namo sweet you can Nandagada, namo lamin danganda. May these mantras bless the pure Dharma book given to all Buddhist many other Ganges. May they be content renouncing all their creeds of leaving darkness born of your land, taking refuge with the three jewels for the Bodhi mind, ultimately realizing unsurpassed awakening. May their merit and their virtue be unbound in for all them, sharing with all Buddhist offerings and Dharma. May these mantra bless these gifts of Dharma given to all sentient beings. Many as again you send, may they become then renouncing all their greed, simply leaving darkness born in the pure light, taking refuge with the three jewels, bringing forth the Bodhi mind, ultimately realizing unsurpassed awakening. May their merit and their virtue be unbound in for all time, sharing with all sentient beings offerings and Dharma. May this mantra bless these droplets of sweet dew, given to a lonely spirit, and the ending Genji sends. May they be content, renouncing all their grief, simply leaving darkness born in the pure Lamb, taking refuge with the three jewels, bringing forth the Bodhi mind, ultimately realizing unsurpassed awakening. May their merit and their virtue be unbound in for all time, sharing with the lonely spirits offerings of Dharma food. To you many faithful Buddhists, we now make this offering. May this food pervade in quarters, O all faithful Buddhists share. We now dedicate this merit to all beings everywhere, giving food to faithful Buddhists, so you realize Buddhahood. To you many sentient beings, we now make this offering. May this food pervade in quarters, O all sentient beings share. We now dedicate this merit to all beings everywhere, giving food to sentient beings, so you realize Buddhahood. To you many lonely spirits, we now make this offering. May this food pervade in quarters, O all lonely spirits share. We now dedicate this merit to all beings everywhere, giving food to lonely spirits, so you realize Buddhahood. I'm a living Zambo, I'm a living Zambo, I'm a living Zambo. Anyanan Zambo, Badlayong, Anyanan Zambo, Badlayong, Anyanan Zambo, Badlayong. The Heart of Prajna Paramita Sutra. When Bodhisattva Avalokiteshvara was practicing the profound Prajna Paramita, he illuminated the 5 skandhas and saw they're all empty, and he crossed beyond all suffering and difficulty. Shariputra, form does not differ from emptiness. Emptiness does not differ from form. Form itself is emptiness. Emptiness itself is form, so to our feeling, cognition, formation, and consciousness. Shariputra, all dharmas are empty of characteristics. They are not produced, not destroyed, not defiled, not pure. They neither increase nor diminish. Therefore in emptiness there is no form, feeling, cognition, formation, or consciousness. No eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body, or mind, no sight, sound, smells, taste, objects of touch, or dharmas, no fin of the eyes up to and including no field of mind consciousness, and no ignorance or ending of ignorance, up to and including old age and death, or ending of old age and death. There is no suffering, no accumulating, no extinction, and no way, and no understanding and no attaining, because nothing is attained. The Bodhisattva, through reliance on Prajna Paramita, is unappealing in his mind, because there is no impediment, he is not afraid. He leaves distorted dream thinking far behind, ultimately nirvana. O Buddhas of the 3 periods of time, attain Anuttara Samyak Sambodhi, through reliance on Prajna Paramita. Therefore know that Prajna Paramita is a great spiritual mantra, a great bright mantra, supreme mantra, an unequal mantra. It can move all suffering, it is genuine, not false. That is why the mantra Prajna Paramita was spoken, recited like this. Gate Gate Paragate Parasam Gate Bodhisvaha. And at the heart of Prajna Paramita Sutra. Nammo Amidambo Yendo no Jedo Yendo Ni Yendo Amilindambo Bi Amilido Jidambo Bi Amilindo Bi Jalan Amilindo Vijalando Jimili Jijendo Jurojani Samu Namu Aminambo Yendo no Jida Doni Yendo Amilido Bobi Amilido Jidan Bobi Amilido Vijalandi Amilido Vijalan Jimili Jijendo Jurojani Samu Namu Aminambo Yendo no Jida Doni Yendo Amilido Bobi Amilido Jidan Bobi Amilido Vijalandi Amilido Vijalando Jimini Jijendo Jurojani Zhuabo. May all the four kinds of beings reach the jewel land, and the beings of all three realms be born from lotus blooms. May all the myriad ghosts ascend in the threefold worthiness, and the countless angel ones ascend the 10 grounds. Amitabha's body is the color of gold, the splendor of his hallmarks has no peer. The light of his brow shines round 100 worlds wide, and the seas are his eyes, pure and clear, shining in his brilliance by transformation. Archangel Bodhi's unbound infinite Buddha, his 48 vows will be our liberation. In 9 lotus stages we reach the farthest shore. Homage to the Buddha of the Western Pure Land. Guiding compassionate Amitabha. Homage to the Buddha of the Western Pure Land. Guiding compassionate Amitabha. Homage to the Buddha of the Western Pure Land. Guiding compassionate Amitabha. Namo 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 Amitabha. Bow in respect to the Venerable Master. That concludes our evening ceremony. Tomorrow we'll have another day of practice. Same Dharma time, same Dharma channel. Hope you can join us. Okay, Amitabha.